Hello and welcome. I'm the Candyman and you're watching updates on State of Decay 2. That's right, we're back with more updates, and this time we're getting some news from the open beta. So today we will go over all the changes made to the quirk skills, also known as the 5th skill. Okay, so first of all, starting with acting, you used to get a 100% increase to your standing rewards and a 10% increase to influence gained. What they've done is they've added in pop culture knowledge as well. Now moving over to auto mechanics. Before you would get a 25% increase to fuel efficiency, a 50% increase to vehicle stealth, as well as knowledge of mechanics and auto mechanics. What they've done, and this will be a common theme throughout the changes, they've split up those percentages across the community. So now each person in your community is going to get the plus 25 increase to fuel efficiency, as well as the 50% increase to vehicle stealth. So nice, definitely a nice little addition there. Next up, we've got combat medicine. So before, you would get a +1 increase to your max for your consumable stacks. You would get medical advice through the radio. You'd get knowledge of medicine and surgery. Now what they've done is they've changed that +1 to a +2 max to your item stack instead of just consumables. So nice little tweak there. Next up, comedy. So comedy used to get a +6 to your morale and a 100% increase in standing rewards. Now they've split that morale boost up across the community. So +2 morale for your community. And now you also get pop culture knowledge for that specific character. Next up, we've got cuisine. So before, you used to get cooking, knowledge of cooking and of cuisine, plus a 10% increase in influence gained. Nowadays, you are going to get a +6 morale boost for your entire community, and that 10% is now going to be 15% increase to influence gained. So cuisine definitely got a buff for sure. Next up, we've got demolitions. So used to be +1 increase to your max for your consumable stack, as well as knowledge of munitions and knowledge of electronics. Now they've changed that +1 to a +2 max item stack. So same thing as we talked about a couple skills ago. Next up, we've got design. So before, you used to get knowledge of the arts and craftsmanship as well, plus a 50% increase to global action speed. What they've done is they've changed that global action speed into a +50% build action speed and +50% facility action speed. So they've chopped that up a bit. Now we have firearms maintenance. So before, you used to get a 50% reduction in the durability loss per shot for guns. And you also used to get knowledge of mechanics and engineering. So the knowledge, as with all of these skills, those knowledge bonuses you still retain, so you still get that knowledge. But what they've done is they've split the durability loss to your entire community. So instead of being a 50% just for that specific individual, now it's a 25% reduction across the entire community. Next up, we've got hygiene. So before, it used to be +100 infection resistance and a 20%, just a +20 to your health, to your max health. Again, this is one of those where they split it across the community. So now your entire community gets +50 in infection resistance and a 10 increase to their maximum health. Next up, we've got Ikebana. So before, used to get a +6 morale, +10 influence per day, and knowledge of the arts. Now, again, they split up the morale, like a common theme, like I said, to +2 morale for the community. And they threw in a knowledge of gardening as well for this one. Up next, logistics. So before, it used to be +2 max to your consumable stack, knowledge of craftsmanship and metalwork, plus you'd get 25 parts per day. Now they've changed that +2 max consumable stack to a +1 max item stack for your entire community. So good to keep that in mind. Making coffee is our next skill. Before, you used to just get knowledge of coffee preparation and cooking. Now, you also get a 25% reduction in fatigue severity across the entire community. It's definitely useful there. Next up, mobile operations. So before you used to get a 50% increase in fuel efficiency, knowledge of mechanics, and auto mechanics, plus 1 fuel per day. Now you get that fuel efficiency across your entire community, so plus 25%. Next, munitions. So before you used to get knowledge of chemistry and munitions, and then plus 3 increase to your max ammo storage. They changed that to plus 10. For music, it used to be plus 6 morale, plus 100% standing rewards, plus 25 influence per day, and knowledge of the arts. Now you get a plus 2 morale for your entire community. Okay, so they changed the morale. Nutrition used to get plus 10 max to your health and your stamina, so plus 10 for each one of those, and knowledge of cooking and nutrition. Now they've increased, or I should say they've distributed that increase to your max health and stamina across the entire community, so plus 10 for each one. So definitely a nice little boost there. And then painting. So before, you used to get plus 6 morale, plus 25 influence per day, and knowledge of the arts. Again, the morale split up across the community, so plus 2. Next, we've got pathology. So before, you used to get plus 100 infection resistance. You'd be able to extract plague samples more often. You get the medical advice command through the radio. You'd also get knowledge of medicine and pathology. What they've done is, again, they've split up the infection resistance to be plus 50 for your entire community. And pharmacology, so before you'd get knowledge of chemistry and pharmacology, plus 3 increase to your med storage. Now they've changed that to plus 10, so nice increase there. Pinball, you used to get plus 100% shooting experience and a knowledge of mechanics. Now they've thrown in a 25% reduction to gun durability loss. So nice little buff there. And then plumbing, used to get plus 20 max stamina, knowledge of utilities, and plumbing. Now, this is a pretty good addition here. They've thrown a plus 20 max to stamina for the entire community. So next up, we've got Scrum certification. Before, it used to be a plus 50% global action speed and plus 2 to your labor. Now they've split up that global action speed like they did with one of the skills we talked about previously. So now you get a plus 50% increase in both build action speed and facility action speed. Now, sewing. Sewing used to get plus 2 max consumable stack and then plus 20 to your max health and knowledge of craftsmanship. Now you get a plus 10 to your max health for your entire community. So everybody's health goes up 10. And then you also get a 1 increase to the max item stack for your entire community. So sewing just got even more overpowered. Shopping, it used to just be a plus 50% search speed, but now they also threw in 25 parts per day. And then sleep psychology, used to get plus 6 morale, plus 2 beds. Now they've split it up to be plus 4 morale for the entire community. And then finally, soundproofing, it used to be minus 3 in the zombie threat. Now it's minus 4. So quite a few changes, and overwhelmingly buffed everything. They added a bunch of good bonuses, and they added really they changed a lot of stuff to be more dispersed over the entire community to help everybody out instead of just that character. But yeah, so if I missed something, if I missed a skill, definitely let me know. Leave a comment down below. But we will go ahead and wrap up the video here. So if you liked the video, do me a favor. Hit the like button and consider subscribing as well. Every bit helps. As always, spread the love, spread the positivity, and I'll catch you in the next one.